You lost your washer.
Yeah.
What have you been doing here?
Trying to find my washer.
Is it in there?
No, I couldn't see it. I reckon it
I
might have.
can't see it. Can you guys see it?
Might have dropped in the steering. Standing there. There it is.
Found him?
Yeah. Sitting on the fork clamp. Bloody genius. Right, let's see if we can put this back together now. It's not that tricky. It's pretty straightforward. Slide that back in there.
What'd you do to it?
Took it off so I could adjust the little screws, tighten these little screws for the screen because she keeps slipping. It's got an adjustable screen, it slides up and down. So I had to take them off to get into that part of it. I just got to get these back in. I think I'll put one washer in there.
In the meantime, if anyone has some crash bars for a KTM 1190 2015 model, we need the uppers and the lowers. Some turkey took the lowers off this and we can't seem to find any for it. So yeah, if you got any, let us know and we'll take them off your hands.
So I plan on doing a little bit of crashing.
Yeah, we got that duck syndrome where your legs are too short, so you just topple over.
Makes you a better rider.
Little 500. I need some crash bars for it too. Not that I fall off, I just like that bit of peace of mind to be able to have something to fall onto. Don't look at all the scratch marks up the side.
She didn't fall off.
The only time I've come off was actually on bitumen and around about right near a servo, and yeah, she just slid out, and it was the only time I didn't have my crash bars on. I used to have some homemade ones, but they were doing a bit of damage up in here, so we decided to take them off and yeah, just winging it now.
I'll just tighten this up till it locks. On these here. Little sliders, and yeah, they were getting loose, so they look alright now. I reckon they'll lock pretty good, hopefully. As I was riding along, my windscreen had moved forward or backward, yeah. So I had to keep pushing it forward.
It's not what you want.
Not what you want. But just a little bit of maintenance. It's not that hard to do.
It's not how you meant to polish things, you know.
Oh, when I put this back on, I won't be able to get into that bit and it's dusty in there.
Why don't you give it a polish before you put it on?
I've done that already, it just gets dirty again. So.
It's a problem with these off-road beasts.
We in the background did a video somewhere along the line.
You reckon?
It's bound to happen. We've lived in the bush most of our life, so we're probably not, what's the word for it? Community susceptible.
We're a bit agricultural, that's how we've been called.
Agricultural. We're agriculturists. We take care of nature.
We got some visitors over there, I think, checking out the fallen tree. One good reason not to camp under trees, because even though that's still green, it's fallen down, and yeah, that would be pretty nasty if it was on top of your car. Or your hammock, in my case, or both. I'm just under a real little one there, so hopefully it's pretty stable. Wind's picking up again.
Just the finishing touches, put the screen back on, and let's see if it works now. Look at that. Locked. That looks pretty good now.
You're a bloody genius.
Yeah.
Should have been a mechanic.
Should have been. I missed me calling.
What sort of tools you got here?
A bloody messy toolkit at the moment. I just ripped everything out and I've been using them, but it's not bad. It come with the bike. It looks pretty decent.
Cruise tools.
Cruise tools. Yeah, it's got most of the things you need in it. It's got a little set of multi-grips.
I did look these up. They're around 220, 250 bucks. So pretty lucky to get that with the bike.
I reckon. Hey, my light's on.
You don't want to leave that
Someone
on.
told me my light was on.
Oh, didn't flash me lights at you.
Double ender.
We're not sponsored by these. This is just showing off you what he's got.
Yeah, just showing off what I got with me bike. Even got a KTM power parts seat. Bloody comfortable. It's just a little bit high here for a short ass. So it lifts you up about that much. So the standard seat, I probably would have been able to touch the ground a bit easier.
To give you an idea, Dad's about 5'5".
I'm huge, mate.
And I'm about 5'1".
Built like a brick shit house.
Just in case anyone's wondering why I'm not using the $2,000 rooftop tent up there and I'm using a hammock instead, I actually have a better night's sleep in that hammock than I do in the rooftop tent. I've never had a better night's sleep. My back doesn't hurt. I don't wake up with aches and pains all night, or my arms going numb. It's just, a lot better sleep in my opinion, and a lot lighter to carry around. I think I'll still keep the rooftop because it's good for things like B&Ss and that when I go to them. Or just, pulling up on the side of the road. It only takes 30 seconds or so to whack it up, so I think I'll just keep it for the ease of use. And well, some places you camp and you don't really want to camp on the ground. You can use this hammock to camp on the ground as well though, which is pretty cool. You can use it as a tent bivvy. Bivvy's the word that everyone's using for them now, I guess. Yeah, have a look at this view though. Camped along the Murray here. We've got this whole area to ourselves. All the other campers are back down there. There's a little beach spot down there, which is pretty nice as well. But we just like the quiet.
Stops the rattle. See? Stops that movement where you take. Oh, I think I wrecked you.
You're supposed to burn the ends of it,
So
Dad.
when you're riding on, I can't handle that movement in the thing. It doesn't feel good.
This is why I do the paracord and
Yeah,
Dad does the riding.
I'm pretty much like this with fishing line or anything that's like fiddly. I just wreck it.
So you just got to cut that end off and then burn it.
I'm just not patient.
Just don't pull it, you just got to burn it.
Burn it. Well, this is your department. I need you to do this.
Yeah, you just cut where's the scissors? No, you got to...
Hope the bikes aren't leaking fuel.
You can do it like that, I guess. I don't use my lighter, I got a little jet lighter. It's much better for this sort of stuff. You got to burn the end till it
I did
forms
that
a
and it gripped
thing.
on my bloody arm.
Yeah, because you're not burning it right.
That's what I'm doing.
Dad.
Well, I'm a bit annoyed with this rattly throttle. The heater grip keeps moving. Throttling.
It's a funny looking throttle.
Like that. So this, I'm going to put
The
this...
throttle's on the other side, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it is. It's a hand grip. Lucky you thought of that. But if I put this paracord in here a few times, it's going to stop that rattling, which gets annoying. I reckon it'll work.
But it's dodgy and effective. Is it really dodgy?
Quick fix. Yeah, now I've just got to work out what to do at the end. We'll just poke it in there, I reckon.
Melt it in there.
Yep.
We'll jam it in there.
Look at that. No noise, no movement.
Brilliant. Should have been a mechanic. So what are we doing now?
Well, I've just done my screen, so now I'm doing yours, because I think you want it to go up a bit higher, don't you?
Yeah, might put it up a little bit and see how that goes. I tend to get a lot of buffering around my head area.
I'm doing a bit of a sneaky because I'm not taking the whole screen off. So I'm doing a bit of a dodgy way to do it without taking the front off. I'm just angling my way in.
Looks a bit dodgy.
It can go to there. Is that good? That's
Don't know if it'll make much
that's
difference.
Like a full inch.
We'll see
No,
how it
more
goes.
than an inch. That's like 2 inches higher. There. That's where it was, down there. And now you're going up to there.
Might make it a bit better.
It will.
If not, we'll just put it back down again.
Especially when I look in my review mirror and I can't even see on the bike.
Yeah, well, that's not
So
bad.
now you're going to be well below the screen.
It pretty much rides itself, this thing.
It's like you're on a Harley.
I am.
You know them guys, you can't even see them. They're down in their little saddle.
I feel like I'm on a Harley.
You can hardly even notice them. All you can hear is the noise.
Yeah, it is pretty noisy, this thing.
No,
I don't know why.
I meant the Harley.
This is pretty noisy as well.
And then all you can hear is the Harley coming. You can't see the rider.
It's about the same with this.
It is.
What are you doing now?
Well, before I go for a bit of a ride on my bike, I like to just go over and check things. Things do come loose on bikes, so...
Especially when you're going up these bloody corrugated roads that we go up.
It's a good idea to just go over your bike every, month and check all the little bolts and screws, especially these little ones in the plastics and that. They tend to come a bit loose. I've tightened a few of them already because I've already pulled it apart the other day.
And even more so if you buy a new bike. I'll pop up a little video as well. When we first got this bike, there was quite a few things loose on it,
including the back wheel nut.
Yeah.
Very loose.
And yeah, lots and lots of work that was done by a mechanic down in, was it Preston?
What's it called?
Oh, we don't need to say the name of it,
No,
but
anyway,
there was a mechanic shop down in Preston that did a lot of work on this bike, and there was a lot of things left loose and wrong with it that we weren't exceptionally happy with. And the fella that owned this bike before Dad, he used to take it to these guys all the time, and yeah, they did a pretty shocking job by the sound of it. It had its original air filter in it from 2015, and yeah,
that ain't good.
No, it wasn't good at all.
If anyone knows anything about machinery, engines, the air cleaner and your oil are the most important thing. And an air cleaner that's 8 years old, it starts to break down because they're only paper at the end of the day.
And they were just blowing it out with the air gun and put on the receipt that was all good, which it's most definitely not in our opinion.
They might look good.
It might look clean, but yeah, anyone that knows anything about engines knows that you should be replacing that.
You're losing stuff out in the bush, you might be on a trail or go and camp for a few days and you lose nuts and bolts, something falls off.
Like my little stand plate there. That's a sucker for losing its bolts out of that. We nearly lost it once. I actually did lose one and I got to get another one, but yeah, they're bloody handy. If your bike leans over, get yourself one of them. They're like $5 off Amazon, Temu, Wish, all that sort of stuff. You can pick them up pretty cheap. Or you can buy expensive ones if you like. I'm a tight ass.
The queen of buying off Temu, Amazon, all them sites. She's just like, anything you want, you just say to Sarah and she gets it. And there it is in a few days. Unbelievable. So I just checked these on this, and even them were a little bit loose. See, you don't want to over tighten aluminium, but after a while you get to know what's tight and what's loose, and they were a bit loose. I haven't got a big enough Allen key. Well, I'm going to take these off, see, because I like to make everything my own little touch. So I put that wrap on the forks there. See that blue wrap? I did that, so I want to do these the same, and I might even do that, so it gets rid of that silver and makes it blue. I reckon look good. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and get this off. It's going to take some strength. Yep. Oh, only needed that. This is weird. My Tex torque spanner, wrench, whatever you want to call it, this hasn't been machined out on one of the points.
It's about as useful as some people, I know.
Like this one, it's got all its points, but this one, it's got a big one and it won't go in.
I hate it when that happens. Where are you up to on the job?
I got both of these covers off. I'm just unscrewing the oil filler so I can get the wrap around here nice. Yeah, I had to undo that hose clamp to get that off.
You'll have to clean it pretty well so the oil...
Yep. Clean it up with some metho.
You're all under there Good bit of a clean while you got it off as well.
Yeah, it's always a good idea to put something down when you're working in the grass like I am.
So you don't spend hours looking for nuts and bolts, hey Dad?
Yeah, 99% of the time, or 9 times out of 10, I'll drop a bolt, guarantee it.
10 times out of 9.
10 times out of 9 times, yep, for sure. Yeah, it might look alright. We'll see how it goes. Most people I know think that I'm crazy. Dust or anything going in there at all, that's the oil filler. Make sure that's covered up.
Going on in now, Dad?
Just putting this back together.
All blue. Blue and shiny.
Yeah.
Go on, Dad.
Oh, I'm just going to put a bit of oil on the chain, I think. What do you reckon? We're bikers.
We're just going to go for a bit of a ride up the river. Look for some better phone reception because it's pretty average here. So we'll see what happens there. Still on the hunt for service. I don't have a helmet camera or anything, so got to stop. What do you reckon, Dad? Bike handling good?
Handling real good, yeah.
You
So far, I mean, even with the road tyres on it, I can imagine what it'd be like with off-road tyres.
What a view.
Only having fun, wasn't hurting anyone. We roll enjoy the weekend for a change. I may be crazy, woo, but it just may be a lunatic you're looking for. Turn out the lights. Don't try to save it.
I'm going the wrong way.
That's the good back there.
Huh?
The good.
Yeah, that's where the permanents are.
I went down that tree spot, but it's not that one.
It's back over that way. I